Hi guys, welcome back. This is part 5 of the gnome. In this video we're making the arms and the hands. Of course you can refer to the written pattern if you don't need help with the crocheted rows. And those of you crocheting along with me, grab your crochet hook and let's get started. Row 1 is a loop with 7 stitches. So it's the same way we got our other loop, except we're going to put 7 single crochets into our ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to close up the ring. Here's the end of row 1, and we have 7 stitches around. Rows 2 to 6 is 1 single crochet in each one of those 7 stitches for 5 rows. So I'll walk you through the next 2 rows and then I'll leave you on your own. There's 1 in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third, 1 single crochet into the fourth, 1 into the fifth, 1 into the sixth, and last one, 1 single crochet into the seventh. And you can see the piece is folding up on itself, so we need to stop and turn it right side. Give it a little wiggle. We're going to leave that starting yarn tail hanging there for a bit. We're going to work around it for the next 2 rows. That was the end of row 2. Now we're going to put another row of single crochets in. Take your time and make sure your hook is getting into the next stitch of the row and not back into where you just were. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's the end of row 3. We can cut that starting yarn tail up a bit shorter and just tuck it into the tip of the arm. Alright guys, we need 3 more rows of single crochets. 1 single crochet in each one of those 7 stitches for 3 more rows. So you can add a marker if you like or just count in your head. I will leave you on your own and I'll meet you back here at the end of row 6. Alright guys, at the end of row 6, now I'm going to slip stitch the next stitch and finish off. Just go through, pull the first loop through the second loop, and finish off. Leave a tail for sewing. You're going to use this tail to sew the arm to the body. Pull tight. Let's bring this yarn tail up to the top of the arm. Just bring it through the inside and out through the middle hole of row 1. Don't pull too tight because you'll alter the end of your arm. Knot this off up here. Go through that loop and pull it tight. Alright guys, now we're going to attach the hand. And I tried to make this as easy as I could. When I first did mine, I did them a little bit differently and I realized that they probably will be a little bit too difficult for someone who's just beginning. So I'm going to try to do this a little bit different so make it easier on everybody. Okay, I'm going to push my hook right through, just like that. And I'm going to lay my skin colored yarn over top, make the starting yarn tail long enough that you can work with in the end. Hold that starting yarn tail in the back with your finger, switch fingers, chain 1, and in that same space put a single crochet. Now in the next space over, push your hook through both sides again, and single crochet. In the next space over, push through both sides and single crochet. Now you have 3 stitches across. Chain 1 and turn. We're going to put a half double crochet in the first stitch of the row. We're going to skip that chain we made. Popping in with an edit, I realized I said do a half double crochet and I never actually explained what that was. A half double crochet is the same as a single crochet. You just yarn over before going into the stitch. So yarn over, then you go through, grab your yarn, pull it through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that was a half double crochet. 1 half double crochet. Now in the next stitch we're going to put 2 half double crochets. There's 1. Now yarn over and go through 1 more time. And there's 2. Now 1 half double crochet in that remaining stitch. Make sure you go through both loops of the stitch. And a half double crochet. Now we're going to finish off, leave a tail that we can use to make the thumb with. Okay, this starting yarn tail, let's knot that off and get rid of it. We can knot it off right there. Pull tight, bring that up through the arm, out anywhere. Now we can cut that one free. Now keep in mind you want your thumbs to be facing each other when they get sewn on, so keep that in mind when you make your second one. Now both sides of the arm are pretty similar because I crochet pretty even tension, but if you're a little bit uneven you might get, see the little space like that there. Popping in with another edit because I realized I didn't fully explain what I was meaning by uneven parts. So when you pulled the yarn through, there will definitely be a little bit of a difference on one side of your arm than the other. So you want to always put the most uneven parts facing the inside of the body. So when you sew these on, anything that's uneven will be hidden. You know what I mean? So you want the neatest parts to always be shown on the outside. But if you have even tension, then you might not need to move that yarn tail across. You might just be able to keep it there and just sew your thumb on the opposite side so that they're facing each other. So for the first thumb, what I did was go through this space down here, pull the yarn through, but hold the corner, or pull the corner back out, because when you suck this down it's going to suck the corner of that hand down. So just make sure you pull it back up. Chain 1 and then put a half double crochet in that same space. And then you finish off and make the thumb. That was for this one, and that's because our yarn tail finishes right here, but because I'm doing the opposite side, I'm going to move this yarn tail to the other side of the hand. I'm going to bring it through, weaving it right through the middle and out through the other corner there. Make sure to pull everything back into shape. Now I'm going to knot off right here. Go through that loop and pull. So now I'm on the opposite side. Now I can put my crochet hook through this space right here. Grab that yarn tail and pull it through. But see how it pulls the corner down? So just make sure you pull it back into shape. Chain 1, and in that same space make a half double crochet. And now we can finish off. That's all there is to the thumb. Now all we have to do is shape the thumb. And remember I said they have to face each other when they're going to be sewn on. So you want to make sure that you're sewing it down the right direction. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to go right through that hole there, holding on to my thumb so I don't suck it right through the hole. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap my yarn tail around that between the thumb and the hand and bring that through one more time. That just gives it a little bit more definition. Now I'm going to knot this off right here. There. Now I can just carry this up through the arm and away. Cut free. You might have to pull your half double crochets back into shape. Alright guys, I have pretty even and neat stitches there, but if you had troubles crocheting, like we all do when we're first starting out, it's not a big deal. Things get neater over time. What we can do is make a small chain and make a little sleeve to go, a little cuff to go over that. It's just a suggestion. I'm not going to do it for mine, but if you needed to cover up anything, you just make a chain and then you'd sew it into place. Then it looks like the hand's coming through the sleeve. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this video. You can head over to the next one where I'll show you how to sew the arms in place, and we'll also make the chain for the belt. I'll meet you over there.